We're diving in where the world collides. Culture's calling, it's a crazy ride. Music's pumping, food's on the plate. We're vibing here, let's celebrate. Echo and essence, we keep it real. Talking about the way we feel. Essence, essence. From the beats to the love we share. Everything in between we care. Essence, essence. Yeah. Uncle Freezy, vibing all night and all day. Coach Malpica, always something to say. Our main man in the cut, he is Soul Finger. DSJ always showing up as the soulful singer. Ron, Bully and Corey always being so thorough. Don't forget from that ain't rap, try borrow. It's not just water. Echo and essence, we keep it real. Talking about the way we feel. Essence, essence. From the beats to the love we share. Everything in between we care. Essence, essence. It's not just talk, it's how we groove. Life's a rhythm, we all move. Spin the wheel, what's next to see? Culture flowing endlessly. Echo and essence, we keep it real. Talking about the way we feel. Essence, essence. From the beats to the love we share. Everything in between we care. Essence, essence.
Yo, party people in the place to be. Look at this right here, man. Salute everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for coming through, hanging out with us. Welcome to Echo and Essence. I am the resident host, Uncle Freezy. And so we have a great show today. I'm just going to get right into it. So, just real quick, let me take you back to last week. Before there was a certain kind of anticipation in the air at the Temple of Hip Hop. And if you know, moments like this don't come around often. This wasn't just another event on the calendar, right? This was one of those nights, afternoons, evenings, whatever you want to call it, where people showed up expecting to witness something special. So the premiere of the You Gotta Respect the Legends hip hop docu-series by our main man Ray had the culture paying attention. And the energy going into it was different, right? You had the real heads pulling up, the caretakers of the culture, you know what I mean? People who understand the foundation of hip hop. People who don't just listen to hip hop, but they live hip hop. Hip hop is life. There was a feeling like, okay, this might be one of those moments in the culture. This might be, so what I'm looking for, this might be something that culturally actually needs right now. Because let's be real, today, everything moves fast. We know that. Trends come and go. We know that, right? Artists come and go. We know that, right? But respect for the legends, that's something people have been questioning over the years. Who are legends? Who are not? Who has an impact? Who doesn't? So walking into that building, that question wasn't just, is this a good documentary? Because we know that. We know the documentary is good. We've seen it. We know that it's good. But it was deeper than that. Is this going to remind people of what hip hop really is? Is this going to bring the culture back to its foundation? And when you combine that level of anticipation, right, with a place like our stomping grounds, Newark, New Jersey. I'm from Jersey City, Newark. That's like our stomping grounds, right? So you knew this wasn't just about watching something. This was about feeling something. So tonight we're gonna break it all down. Tonight, I have my ride or die on everything when it comes to dope, quality, impactful, truthful curating of the culture, the Triborough Gigolo of the That Ain't Rap podcast. And if y'all hadn't been checking out the That Ain't Rap podcast, and if you look like a goon at work, that's your fault, because you're not watching the That Ain't Rap podcast. That's not his fault. He putting it out there. You got to go check it out. Men, women, young, old. If you want your finger on the pulse, you have to check out the That Ain't Rap podcast. That's my guy, right? But also, more importantly, we have the creator of the docu-series himself. Ray is going to be here with us. Mr. Lansky is going to be here with us. So sit back, get ready for this next 65, 75, 85 minutes, however long it's going to be. And make sure y'all tune in, man. This is going to be a wonderful thing. I'm bringing in my guy right now from the That Ain't Rap podcast.
Hello.
The Triborough Gigolo is in the building. Salute.
What's good? What's good? How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. It's good to see you, bro.
Yeah, man.
See, you've been busy today, huh?
I've been busy. Yeah. I was running around the city, man. It's,
Yeah, man. So we got our guy backstage, man. We got Ray backstage, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So without further ado, I'm gonna do an impromptu introduction, right? So I met Ray on the That Ain't Rap podcast.
Yeah.
Did a stat, right? So what I found out is that Ray is a business owner in a very busy and influential inner city, right? Newark, New Jersey, right? It's like you kind of compare Newark to your Watts, California, your Baltimore, Maryland's, your Washington, D.C.'s. Your Newark, New Jersey is a very, very important place in our culture for a myriad of reasons. But our guy is placing his stamp and helping preserve, curate the culture going forward by being an impactful mentor, teacher, and role model, man. I'm gonna bring my guy Ray up on the stage. Ray, what's good, brother?
Salute.
Bro, you the busiest man in the game right now, huh?
No. Nah, just work.
Yo, let me
work. Salute to everybody, yo.
Yeah, salute. Ultraman.
Just real quick, so everybody watching, I want to direct your attention at the bottom of the screen. You'll see a list of names at the bottom of the screen. We want to do a special thank you to the folks at the bottom of the screen. Also, a special thank you and shout out to a few legends in attendance. Let me first shout out a guy from our crib, Do It All, national recording artist, Do It All, man. A shout out to you, brother. Thank you for coming through. Want to shout out a hip hop legend, a man that held it down for an entire summer with a joint, man, the Mad Lion. Thank you for showing up, man, gracing us with your presence. Thank you for coming through and being a real person, bro. We didn't know. You never know what you never know what to expect sometimes when you have celebrities in your presence. Sometimes they're celebrities, sometimes they're people, right? So just want to shout out Mad Lion for being a real live person, being approachable, just hanging out with us, man. Having a great time, but also want to shout out the teacher, the scholar.
The
If you
teacher.
ain't up on it, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, salute to KRS-One for coming through, hanging out, being impactful in this movement. And thank you for what you do for the culture too. So, Ray, what's good, brother?
Hey man, listen. Everything's good when you put God first. Straight up.
Straight up.
Yep.
Yeah. What it I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask you the other day, but I didn't want to infringe on the show. But so how many times have you and Triborough been in the same place at the same time? Like how many times have y'all hung out?
Twice now. Twice.
That's
Yeah,
right.
because we met at the Lyricist Lounge show last year in Prospect Park.
Yeah,
The
okay.
was performing and Bad Seed, a whole bunch of underground artists. So that was like the first time we
Okay.
actually like met up.
Yeah. We had fun that day, man. Yo,
Yeah.
that day was crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I had a rap battle of Prodigy lyrics.
I remember.
Triborough right there, like, yo, what the hell going on? You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Dude was crazy.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Just the excitement in Triborough's voice as he told me, like, just gave me a brief rundown of the events of the day. It just made me think, like, dang, bro. If y'all don't check out the Dead Ain't Rap podcast, man, y'all missing something. Man, Triborough basically links all these different. Without Triborough, there is no Freezy and Ray, right? Like without Triborough, yeah, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, hey, so I want to start from an outside, well, not an outsider, but from a fan's perspective first, Ray. So respectfully, I'm gonna ask you to hold for just a second. I'm gonna ask Triborough, like, Tri, what was the experience like walking up to this venue? Like, what was the feeling you got, the experience like versus what you were expecting?
Oh man, it was crazy because like I never been to that side of Newark before, so that was like my second time. Like I went to Newark last year for Rock the Bells, and then this is like my second time being in, and I didn't know what to expect. And then just walking up and seeing Ray, we saw Ray when me and Rich was pulling up, and we saw Ray outside of his car, and then just walking to like the actual temple of hip hop, it was just dope. Like I never seen nothing like that. But you could tell like the vibe and the people there, like they were real hip hop heads. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like a certain vibe. Like when you walk in, these people know what they're doing, they know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And like the staff were like real hip hop heads, and you know the people working there, and it was just like when you walk in the whole temple and you seen portraits of like Roxanne Shante and MC Light and you know Kumo D, like I'm like this is the right spot I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And you know to see like KRS-One live and he's like freestyling with the crowd and it was just a surreal moment. Like I'm like right there in the same room with KRS-One. You know what I'm saying? And just to meet Do It All from Lords of the Underground and Mad Lion, it was just dope. It was just like a dope experience that, you know, we need to definitely shed more light on the temples of hip hop because I don't think everybody know about the place. But like just being there was like an experience like for all hip hop heads. It was like going to church almost. Like it was like going to church, but you're going to church with like everybody that share the same interests as you.
Right. So what was the experience inside felt? Because I felt like the respectfully like the divinity of it, right? Like when you care so much about a thing, you can feel the essence of that people were pouring into it, right? Like this venue was the perfect place for a piece of art like this. Ray, when I say piece of art, bro, don't take this the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like like legit. Like, so chat, I take this as a and it may be a stretch, maybe not, because we're in the early stages, but I compare this docu-series to the growth of that movie Friday. Like when you do the movie Friday, you know, you're doing it and it's a passion project and such. And then, but before you know it, it's not a hood classic or a cultural classic, but it's an iconic piece of cinema because of you take a thing that people love and cherish, and then what you realize after the fact is there are more people that you anticipated actually love this thing. So it's like it goes from this thing, like this small thing, before you know it, it's this out of control thing of cinematic history. Like you can't talk about cinema without talking about that movie Friday. And in my opinion, you won't be able to talk about hip hop unless you talk about this docu-series, right? That's just how I feel about it, right? That's my feeling about it. And from what I gather by talking to others, that's how they feel about it too, right? Ray, when we was watching you do the interview, bro, you were doing like the Q&A, like if you've been here before, bro, like a professional, bro. You was up there like John Singleton and shit. I was like, look at Ray, look at my man. Yo, so where did that come from? Is that quiet confidence coming from knowing you have something that's going to be super impactful in the long term in hip hop, or was it just a confidence and knowing you finally got from point A to a different point, and you know that people are going to enjoy it?
Hey, I for one, it's funny you said John Singleton, right? We got the same birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Salute John Singleton, man. He legend. All right. This was gonna make you laugh, right? I wasn't supposed to do the Q&A. That wasn't the plan. The plan, it was 3 chairs up there.
Okay.
Only 2 were filled.
Okay.
Big shout outs to the Desire Nobility. She's the head of the temple, right?
Okay.
Of hip hop. And some spontaneous things took away her time to be the host for the screening and for the Q&A. And I didn't want to continue to prolong the screening. We were on a schedule, so I just pretty much took over. But you couldn't tell unless you actually knew what was originally scheduled. So, big shout out to her. And so we just flow. I just flow with it. Even though low key behind the scenes things went a little left, we still managed to make it right.
Right.
So that was the blessing right there. That was a blessing though.
Is K Sarah Sarah, bro. Or like Lisa said, K Sarah. like things that are great will be, basically. Things that are great are destined to be great. Things are not gonna sidetrack things that are destined for greatness. Right? K Sarah. Yeah. Try, bro. Hey, so let me say this before I ask Troburrow's question. So Ray, we were legit behind the scenes, like big fans of the project from day one, right? But it was kind of like the kid on Christmas effect. You know how you tell the kid maybe in August, I can't afford that right now because I got to buy you school clothes, but I might be able to get it for you for Christmas, right?
Right.
And then the whole fall, like September, October, November, you be waiting for Christmas. You be like, dog, when Christmas gonna get here? Right. And even though we know Christmas is the same day every year, right? But the anticipation part. So Tribor and I had been in this eager, anticipatory mindset of, man, when is it gonna happen, bro? We need to have this thing happen. But with that, Tribor, how do you weigh your anticipation of the rollout? And when I mean the rollout, I mean the day, the venue, the docu-series, the Q&A, everything after, the events leading up. What is your feeling after experiencing the entire thing? Everything from the freestyles on the street, talking to being amongst superstars, icons, legends, getting to walk through the temple of hip hop. So what was your experience, or how do you describe your experience after the fact?
Don't forget the metaverse, and don't forget the metaverse room too.
Right.
Oh, right.
It was great. Like everything was better than I expected. Like I feel like the rollout was good and it was long awaited, and just watching everything actually happen in real time, it was like, this is something that, you know, Ray has definitely gifted us a treat for the hip hop community. Like, this is something that everybody needs to see, and it like I said, it was a surreal moment, just like, because it was like two things going on at the same time. So we had like the premiere of the docu-series, and then we have KRS-One shooting a video at the same spot. So I didn't know that. I didn't know he was gonna be there. So like actually like watching him film a video, and then I'm seeing like Mad Lion, and I'm seeing Doodle, and it was just dope. It was just dope to meet them, and you know, these are people that I grew up listening to as a teenager. You know what I'm saying? So to actually meet them in person was like, it was just a surreal moment. But like actually like going around at the temple and seeing like the history that it has, and talking with the people that work there, it was just dope, man. Like I had like, that's one of the best moments in my life. Like, just, and it was cold that day, but we stay outside even after everything was over, and we had like so many conversations, and people were recording conversations, and smoking and drinking. It was just dope. And nobody, it was no hate, it was no animosity, nobody was bothering us. We were just like a bunch of hip hop heads that came to one spot for the day, and we had great conversation, and people flew out, people drove out, you know what I'm saying? People, you know what I mean? Like that's like real love and real support for your brother, that, you know, when you could do that, and show up and show out, and it was great. Like, you know, had fun with you know, shout out to Back to the Lab, and Chateau, and Rich Notch, you know, the people, the staff that work at Temples of Hip Hop, everybody that came through. Like we all had a great time, you know what I'm saying? And you know, that's like I said, that's one of my, you know, something that I'll always remember.
Wow, that's amazing to hear.
Yeah,
To hear you say
that.
and it's amazing to hear you say that, in a sense, because now the tables may not have turned, but the tables are at least different. Because there was a time when these artists would come out and say Vibe magazine or The Source or the New York Times or the New Yorker would cover this, and you would get bits and pieces of it. Maybe you'll read like a half-page article. But now that we're in a social media place, when you have social media stars and celebrities like the Triborough Gigolo meeting national recording artists from an era that's legendary, all in the same place. Now it's one of those things where you have these artists, legendary artists, even aspiring artists, being in a place with content creators thinking like, wow, man, the Dead Ain't Rap podcast was there. You know what I'm saying? And we probably would have never thought something like that years and years and years ago, right?
Yep.
Ray, how did you feel when you got to see national recording artists in this venue of legacy and legends and things of that sort, and you interact with them knowing that your project is the star of the event? How did you feel about that, bro?
You know what? Well, one, I was just humbled by the love from everybody that was there, and you know, from the whole commission and everybody that came from everywhere. And as far as the hip hop legends, it felt even good. It felt good because for one, Do It All is actually, he's been a part of the project since day one, like literally since day one. Like when I first started recording the documentary, he said, "Say less," and you know, him and Mr. Funk, they showed love from the rip, and since then I actually been rocking with Dude literally since 2006. I've been at every birthday party, at least most of them since 2007, right?
Right.
And you know what I mean. I watched them go from giving back to the community
Right.
to stepping into a political position, but he was already giving back way before that even that position existed for him.
Right.
And then you got shout out to Ray from Double X Posse. He was there as well.
Really?
Yeah. We chopped it up, and I actually got to get back to him because Double X Posse is on the documentary. They interviewed. They were like maybe
Jersey City in the building.
They were like maybe like the third or fourth interview when this documentary started its recording process.
How did you meet him?
All right, so and this is what you're going to find out in the documentary. You will find out more. And the last Jersey chapter is called Jersey's Impact Part 4, and it's a 2-part series. And Double X Posse interview was there. How I met Double X Posse was because, rest in peace to BK from Double X Posse. That was my guy. And
hey, rest in paradise, BK.
Yeah, man, we supposed to meet up. Because I was going to, show him the doc. And he passed away, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Out of the whole Double X Posse, that's the one I knew the most. And we used to chop it up because this is how I met him. He was on the production team for KG of Loyalty by Nature. When KG had a production team,
right.
BK was a part of it. And BK used to have his space in the same studio as KG. And then
shout out KG.
Yep. And then at one point, besides me recording KG on the documentary or taping him for the documentary, I became I was KG's barber at the studio for a bit. And me and BK used to always chop it up. We used to always chop it up. And it was good seeing Ray there. And Double X Posse has one of the dopest unreleased interviews for this series. They do. They have one of the dopest for this series. So look out for that on part 4. Mm-hmm.
Let me before we move on, I don't want to let this moment escape us. Right. Mm-hmm. So first of all, rest in paradise, BK. Shout out KG for your impact. KG, if you ever get to see this, maybe you won't, maybe somebody will show this to you. But salute to you for your impact on the culture. When the culture was in a line going in one direction, you entered this space and put your imprint on it to let people know that there's more than one way to be great, right? And so KG entered the realm not knowing that he was going to be great, but knowing that maybe had something to say and share with the world. And we, after seeing this, let KG know it was great by how we bought his records, how we played the songs that he produced or had an impact on, by buying concert tickets, by watching all these things. So KG, if you watching, salute to you, my brother, for being one of those legends that had an impact on the culture. And I'm saying this not as a eulogy, but out of respect, right? Out of respect, man. We respect your labor. and we respect your art, and we want other people to know how great you are. So if this is a sharing of a moment where people may not know who KG is, we know, because we know the radio was in love with KG music, right? But for those that may not know, maybe this is a moment we can open some eyes and turn them on to KG. Also, salute to Double X Posse, who kind of impacted me in a way. I was in the military, and a whole bunch of songs were on the radio, and then I hear this joint from a Double X Posse. I'm like, what is this? And the beat, their single was so catchy that halfway around the world, I was halfway around the world at the time, not them. I was halfway around the world, and I was listening to Not Gonna Be Able to Do It.
Can you do
it? In a foreign country, and so much so, we just stole the slang. People are like, hey man, can you change my tire? Nah, baby, not gonna be able to do it. like stealing the lingo. So shout out to them and their impact, man. Ray, my bad. I just want to give respect to those that deserve mentioning. So I didn't mean to cut you there. But you were mentioning how you met Ray and how you were the barber and things. But I want to ask you, in that moment when that was happening, did you have a sense of how legendary these people were that you were around, or was this more just about friendship?
It was a little bit of both, because I mean, for one, you know, like I said, I knew KG because of Big T. Shout out to Big T. That's the original barber / barbershop owner who gave me my first shot. And KG used to come by the barbershop, and him and T were, you know, good friends growing up. They were neighbors. They grew up on the same block, you know, still friends to this day. And that's how I met KG. You know, KG gave me a shot. You know, I cut his hair a few times at the shop. And then I think when I actually started the whole development of the documentary, he gave me an opportunity to give him an interview, and it was on from there. Once rappers knew that I interviewed Naughty by Nature, everybody cooperated. Everybody pretty much fell in line. So,
oh wow,
yeah,
wow.
And I took advantage of those opportunities, and it kept me real consistent at a lot of interviews. I was pretty much doing a new interview every week.
Wow.
Sometimes twice a week, depending on, you know, schedule.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. That's,
so it's
man,
a lot of unbelief.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Big T for paying it forward, bro.
Yeah. Definitely shout out to Big T, man. Definitely very wise. Probably one of the most street smart people I ever met. Straight up.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Hey, so Tribal, I wanna ask you this.
Yeah.
You watched it in a crowd, right? You watched it with a group of people. What was the feeling you got from them as they watched the docu-series?
It was like them watching it, everybody watching it. It was like a paying homage to, you know, the legendary Jersey artists. So like when we see Elder Sensei, you know, that segment where he's talking about, you know, the artifacts, and Tame Morton, rest in peace, Tame Morton, and like I've never seen a documentary with the artifacts in it. So you know what I'm saying? So it was like when we see like you know, Rod Digger. You know, Rod Digger to me has always been severely slept on. And I never really seen like a documentary with Rod Digger in it. So when we get in her backstory, you know, and it was just I felt like a feeling of like the Jersey, like people that's born and bred in Jersey, it was like a feeling of pride, like to see like their hometown legends actually get the props that they finally deserve, you know, and it was dope, man. Joe Budden as well, you know, to see Redman, you know, on there, he's talking about he's like quoting lyrics from his cousin Team One. You know, Tretch, you know, Tretch is like talking about like Naughty like just did them. Like they were in their own lane and they didn't worry about what everybody else was doing. Like they were just doing them and nobody sounded like Naughty. You know, Tretch when he's like freestyling, nobody sounded like Tretch. He had his own style. Even to this day now, like there's nobody that sound like Tretch.
The
You know
new
what I'm saying?
style.
Yeah, like he was just like he's always been ill on the mic, but he never got like the props that he deserved until now. Like when you see the documentary, when you see Tretch talking, and it's like this is the documentary that he should have got like a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And it was just dope to see like it's like a sense of pride for Jersey as a whole. Like I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like I never seen a documentary for hip hop where they're saluting like the Jersey artists. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have seen one or two where they got a couple of them, but not for the whole state of New Jersey. I feel like it was just dope to see everybody represented, the outsiders and you know
shout out to Ray for not only the great idea, right, but for all the work that goes into cultivating an idea / dream and turning it to art. Right. Because I think we all have like these ideas / dreams and getting them from in your mind to on something tangible is always the tough part. Yeah. Right. That's always the tough part. Right. So Ray, Triborough mentioned a couple of people that may not be on the mainstream hip hop radar. What made you reach out to those folks or to get them in the documentary and to emphasize their place in hip hop?
Well, one, these were, I felt, stories that need to be told.
Okay.
And its impact from different levels, you know. So, like, people, you know, instead of saying, "Hey, I'm only documenting platinum artists, or I'm only documenting underground artists, or I'm only documenting," you know, everybody has their own lane. Every one thing you're gonna learn about this series is there's no cliche involved. There's no cliche. Everybody that's being paid homage to has their own lane. Nobody's the same. Nobody you can compare to each other. Everybody has a different journey, a different experience within their journey, and we respect it all. We respect it all. Yep.
Right.
You know, and the main thing that all of these individuals have in common, you know what it is?
No.
They all made a contribution to hip hop that's timeless.
Right.
They all gave us something timeless.
Right.
Everybody's that's on there. I don't care if it's one song. Everybody gave us something timeless that we will forever cherish. That we will forever acknowledge, and that's why you gotta respect it.
That's why you gotta respect it. Yeah.
Why you gotta respect it. Yep.
So I have a couple of questions. I have a two. It's actually one question with two parts to it.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the question. It's gonna make me and try. I'm gonna ask the question and laugh, just because I'm enjoying myself. Y'all know I always cut up around y'all anyway. But so what person participated that when they said yes to participation, it was a treat for you? And then what other artist or group that you knew should have been here and maybe people didn't recognize as legendary artists?
All right, so I'm gonna start with the first question. You said what person that granted me an interview, and I
Yeah.
felt it was a treat for me.
Right.
To be honest with you, pretty much all of them. Because the reason why I say all of them because I'm a fan of everyone's work. Yo, one of my best friends, right? Until he said to me, when he first saw the documentary, right? He saw all of them except Verse God 2. And when he first saw part 1, he said to me, he said, Ray, he said, yo, God, it felt like you made this for yourself. I swear to God. He said, part 1,
Right.
hey, this is when he first finished watching part 1. This is before he saw part 2. He said, bro, it feels like you made this for yourself. And the reason why I say that is because I know you're a fan of every. He said, I know you're a Naughty fan. I remember when you thought you was Tretch. He said, I know, you're a doc fan for talking about Redman.
Right.
He said,
Doc's the
Chief
name.
Rocker. He said, Chief Rocker, you had the Swamps on, right? So that's Lords of the Underground.
Yeah.
He said, only you and somebody else I know was actually a fan of Joe Budden music way after Def Jam.
Right.
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 And the list goes on. And he's right. I couldn't. He wasn't lying. He was right. I didn't realize it until after the fact when he said something.
Right.
And so everybody, and I'll be honest. I think that's part of why every interview that I've conducted had good energy. I wasn't clout chasing. I didn't ask weird questions to make them feel some type of way, and things of that nature. So
Right.
and as they feel me out, they feel the energy. Oh, this is a real hip hop nigga. Oh yeah, he got some dope questions. Okay, cool.
Right.
And
Right.
it just got better and better with time. So yeah, it was cool. And salute to everybody that participated, man. All the names.
Salute to everybody.
Yeah, salute to all of them. Lady Luck. I remember when I interviewed Lady Luck, and you would see that on part 4. Again, I still have I have more unreleased than released. And I know they're saying, hey, season 1 has 5 installments, but I still have more unreleased than released.
Right.
And Lady Luck, I never forget Lady Luck. I met Lady Luck, did an interview, and I hung out with her on a regular for a good while, different events. And I was really right there watching her grind when she did not have a deal. And she was still doing her numbers. She was on her hustle, on her grind. And to this day, she done took her grind to another level. She's doing music and score placements for reality shows and so on and so on. And she's pretty much doing her thing, man. I'm proud of her, man. Salute to Lady Luck. Yeah, salute to Lady Luck. Salute to Lady Luck.
So second part of that is maybe who is maybe lesser known that you got the opportunity to interview so that you can bring some awareness to that artist and their impact?
The lesser known, I say the least known on the series itself, right? The least known is between I say, and mind you, they might be least known
globally. I'm talking about lesser known globally.
They probably least known globally. But they didn't have the mainstream run like certain artists on this documentary, but they have an impact, and they still do their thing to this. They're still doing their thing to this day. I would say Drift Kojo. If you look at part two ends with Drift he got his name from Tretch, when Tretch did the intro to Everything Is Gonna Be All Right. He said this is the story about the drifter, and he's from East Orange,
Right.
and he made an impact back in the day on 106 in Park. Had a record deal. He used to ghostwrite for mainstream artists as well. So he did a lot of behind the scenes work.
Right.
And what else? They actually took his image and his name and used it for Power. So if you ever watch Power season 1 with Ghost and Tommy, and they say, "Hey man, we got to go to EO and see Drift," that's the real Drift.
Wow.
And he talks about it in part 2. He talks about it in part 2, but that's the real Drift. They took his name and they said EO, and then after, I guess, Drift's legal team took legal action, they switched it to Drifty from Newark.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So salute to Drift. Yeah, he made an impact. He's an artist now. When I interviewed him, I interviewed him in his art studio. He's an artist now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still a rap artist. He still has music out there. He still do shows, and he does a lot of hard work. So yeah, salute to Drift.
Salute to Drift also, because just because you're not, because your name is not on the banner, doesn't mean you're not successful, right?
Well, we'll put it this way: his name was definitely on the "You Gotta Respect" banner. You know what I'm saying? And he's a battle rapper. He's also a battle rapper.
Salute to everybody getting it the way, chasing their dream, man, and being successful. So how did you feel about the audience reception? Like when you can look them in their eyes after they finish watching, how did you feel about the reception that the docu-series got in that moment in real time? Like, how did you feel about the reception?
You talk about from the temple screening, or just screenings as a whole?
No, just this one. Just this one. This one, when you're there and there's an audience watching, and at the end, how did you feel about the reception that you got?
Hey, listen, I appreciate it. I was very humble, and especially the Temple of Hip Hop audience. I'm gonna tell you why. Because since I think that was the most hip hop audience, as far as screening is concerned, that I've had since that we had since this since the whole movement started with screenings as a whole.
Okay.
Yeah, because so it's one thing we have a crowd of people who just love it for entertainment and they just happen to love hip hop.
Right.
But that was the most core hip hop audience that watched it,
Right.
that I can recall.
Right.
So I was even more humble because those my bros, right? But let's face it, I'm not saying everybody that was there, but I'm just gonna say my bros, Triborough, Rich Notch, and Dame, and all of them, Alquan, even Alquan's a part of it. It's certain things that he didn't get a chance to see. Alquan's a part of the You Got It team. He's main camera guy. They're when it comes to hip hop, they're the toughest critics I know.
Right.
Straight up.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So low key, I'm cringing, So I'm like, shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I appreciate it even more during that screening, and then and I'm in the back, so they can't see me. I'm all the way in the back. And
it's their natural feeling. Like this is all they keeping it a stack in there.
Right.
Yeah. So they had me cracking up about my guy's opinion on certain rappers. It's oh man, I was crying.
Red.
Yeah, and Red said, hey man, don't laugh because it'll catch you left field, because he's a well respected battle rapper, one of the most one of the most respected battle rappers of the culture, and he just so happened to be from Jersey. And he's one of my favorites, straight up. He's a front. He's a front. I tried to get him there. Condolences to his family. They just had a loss. So yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, we're sorry to hear about their loss too.
Yeah.
So to the family, man, shout out to y'all in this moment of grief, man. Hey man, may the grand architect of the universe cover y'all, man, you know, and keep y'all in his loving arms during this trying time. But to what Ray was saying about hip hop critics being, when I first met Ray, before we even knew each other, we was like on the screen together. I'm still the most critical hip hop person y'all have ever heard anybody get it. Like Triborough is these facts, Tri?
Yo, he be saying crazy stuff, bro. I don't know.
I know.
I
know. I'm talking about that I was there. If he was there, I'd just been in another room or something.
Nah, but it's because of how much I care about the culture. You feel me? Like, this is all about how much I care about the culture and, you know, these things. And then when people try to take the culture across the street, you know, I'd be willing to fight for it.
Right.
And I think over the years, and no disrespect to the people that fight for it, but I feel like there are less and less people fighting for the culture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so anything that is like trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to take the culture around the corner, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I'm lacing them up. So, but salute to that Tri. Let me ask you this, Tri. When at the end, as you looked around to the room, towards the end of the viewing, how did you feel that the crowd received?
They loved it. I mean, there's like people sitting next to me. There was people in the back of me. Everybody had the same reaction. Like it was something that needed to happen. It was something that what we just saw was epic. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like once it's released to everybody on streaming, they're gonna feel the same way. Like people that love documentaries, especially hip hop documentaries, they're gonna love this one. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna love to see each artist from Jersey get their story told the right way, and they're gonna be satisfied with it. And I feel like it's gonna be one of the best documentaries of all time. You know, right up there with the show and Rhyme and Reason and Auto Rap. I think it's that good. And you know, it's, you know, Ray deserves all his flowers for that. So I mean, he didn't have to do that, and you know, he decided to do it and keep all this vintage footage for years, and then release it to the world, and I think it's phenomenal.
Hey, Triborough, is there an artist that was not in the doc that you probably wish you would have seen?
I mean, everybody was represented. I mean, there's some bigger artists that maybe didn't have the time or whatever, but I feel like the majority of the Jersey artists, you know, especially like to see Elder Sensei, you know what I'm saying, and Artifacts, you know, tell their story, and you know, to see Tretch, you know, break down his rhyme styles, and KG, and I loved it. I love to see, like, you know, because those are all the artists that I grew up listening to, man. So I felt like they were well represented. You know, Do It All from Lords of Underground, and his story, and the Outsiders, and I think it was great. I think everybody definitely represented. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and then we still got more parts coming up. So there's still other parts that's releasing
that the world hadn't seen yet. Right?
I haven't seen yet either. So
right,
you know,
right. No doubt. There were some as a being from on the hill in Jersey City, between Ocean and MLK back in the day, it used to be called Jackson, but it used to be called Mahalia Jackson. And back in the day, in the early days of hip hop, there used to be a ton of guys, man, that used to come through, just be on the streets with somebody y'all may not know, but a guy named Chill Rob G Used to, we didn't call him, we just called my guy Rob, right?
Now we paid homage to Rob G in part 3. Did we?
Yeah, a legend.
Now we pay homage to Rob G in part 3.
Right.
I take a praise, not a praise, and please, please, like a national flag and up, raise it. Yeah.
Very smart guy, bro. Sharp, like a very intelligent person. Victor Quick, a battle rapper from back in the days. He invented the double time style back when it used to be a hip hop, a hip. He used to come through and kind of the Busta Rhymes style is what people know it as now. But he was doing that back in the early 80s with Melly Mel and them. He was rapping fast on a beat, double timing and stuff. Shout out to Victor Quick and some others. I don't know. Shout out to the Heather B's of the world, and a lot of people that have legendary status because their ability to take their God-given talent and bless the world with their art. Hey, Ray, so what's on the radar for us? Like, what's next up with the series? Like, what should after they enjoy this, what should they anticipate, look forward to?
All right, so one, y'all want to look forward to May 1st. You got to respect the legends. The illest, award-winning, long-awaited hip-hop docu-series release May 1st on Globe House TV. You can Google Globe House TV and you can get the site ready for yourself. May 1st. May 1st. Listen, May 1st. I never gave you a date before. You have a date.
Now.
Nobody's in the way. May 1st. No Stove God or Swiss Beats move over here. No disrespect. But I'm, hey, listen. I'm still that's the only thing I was tight about. Freeze. And John Burr will tell you. Am I right?
Yep. For real.
I was tight about that too. I used to call John Burr in the middle of the night. Like, yo, I used to call John Burr in the middle. Yo, this dude ain't gave me a date yet, bro. What's happening?
Right.
Facts. But we understand that we don't do national network production. National networks have to do a thing based on a schedule. They have to set these things up, right? They do the logistics. It's because of them that we get to actually watch it. So we have to, if we do our part, we have to allow them to do their part also. So it's part of those things where, you want Christmas to be on Labor Day weekend. Christmas ain't gonna be on Labor Day week. Christmas is gonna be on Christmas Day. That's just how it works.
Right? Yeah. Now I was saying that because they know I'm a big time Stove God Cook fan. Mm-hmm. So I was looking forward to rocking it that whole weekend. Like I said, everything went smooth that weekend except that. That's it. Right. That was gonna be the soundtrack for me for the weekend, and it still didn't drop. But so May 1st it will drop. And for those who don't know, it pays homage to not just Jersey legends, to hip hop legends as a whole, but the first 3 parts of season 1, Jersey's Impact Part 2 and Part 3. You have Verse Gods and Verse Gods 2, and Jersey Impact pays homage to Redman, Naughty by Nature, paying homage to Lords of the Underground, Rod Digger, Outsiders, Artifacts. The list goes on. Verse Gods paying homage to Verse Gods like O-Red, the legendary battle rapper.
Right.
Pimp James, the rapper / producer from Newark, New Jersey, who produced with Griselda and Outsiders, and list goes on. Ron's Kosh, the lyrical legend from the West Coast, who in his DNA is carrying tradition twice. He has twin sons from the dopest new hip hop group called Coast Contra.
Coast Contra.
Yeah, the twins is his father. The twins are his sons. Yeah, the twins are his sons.
Watching them, bro. Yeah,
he's the father of the twins.
Yeah. Right.
And the list goes on. The list goes on. The list goes on. It's dope. Wait till you see Verse Gods 2. I'm surprised y'all with these Verse Gods 2 because y'all got enough between Jersey Impact and Verse Gods 1. First Guys 2, you just see what it is. I'm not, that right there is a complete
That's why I'm
surprise.
gonna disagree with you at. I'm gonna keep it real. You know how I be trying to hold my tea, but I'm not good at holding back, right? One of the things I'm gonna say right here is I think Ray shooting us the gas because the people that are in the know can't get enough. Right? Like the ones that are in the know, like they can't get enough, right? We already talking about what else you got. Like even before, because we know this is dope, right? And listen to the crowd, to the chat watching this. For the and y'all, let me do some housekeeping real quick. So for those of y'all that are new here, this is Echo in Essence. I am Uncle Freezy. I go by the moniker, the #1 Chief Rocker. Echo in Essence is a place that we talk culture, hip hop, relationships, life, religion, belief system, styles, all these different things, because these things are important to us. And if it's important to you, and if it's important to us, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the like button on this video and others. Come back every time we go live, because not only are we going to have content like this, I hate to call it content, but because to me this is beyond content. This is actually 3 friends and 2 of them supporting another friend and chasing a lifelong dream, and we're just doing it for public consumption because we think it's just fair, not to Triborough or myself or to even Ray, but when you create an art that you feel like will impact the culture, you got to support it and keep putting the wind behind those wings of that project, supporting it, keep saying the name of it, keep putting it out there. So while we're supporting Ray, we're supporting the project more so, right? Because we believe that this is a highly impactful thing that'll be a part of the hip hop legacy going forward. It's so important. Like just this screening alone was so important to hip hop. KRS-One was shooting a video the same time it was going on, right? This thing is that important, right? So this is Echo in Essence. Like, you know, I'm Uncle Freezy. That's the Triborough Gigolo from the That Ain't Rap podcast. Wednesday nights at 8:30. Make sure y'all check this out. This is my man Ray. Super dope project. That's why we here. Because we care about the topic. Right. So I would appreciate it if y'all would hit that subscribe button so that we can get your impact on conversations and things that we talk about going forward. So it won't just be about what Uncle Freezy is thinking. It'll be about what the culture is thinking. As I help curate the culture, y'all add by subscribing and participating, y'all also add more things to it, bring awareness to myself as we bring awareness. It's about sharing, basically. Subscribing is about sharing, right? All right. So now that is out of the way, Ray, who is the most? I'm going to say this in a way because you know how I feel about people. Like I believe people may have achievements, but I don't look at one person over the other. Like somebody may have done some things in their life, but I still look at them as a person that puts their pants on one leg at a time, like everybody else, right?
Right.
With that though, who is the most highly influential person that you spoke with post-production that helped support the docu-series?
That I interviewed or just in general?
No, just no, not for the project itself, but after the project was wrapped, you ready to show it. Who was the most influential person that you spoke with post-production? Like who jumped in at the end and was like, yo, Ray, man, I saw it, man. This is dope, man. What can I do to help?
That's a list.
Share the list. We got time, bro.
No, it's not one person.
Share who you can share and whoever you can respectfully will understand.
No. You said post-production, right?
Post-production, yeah.
That's a throw off. I'm being honest, that's a throw off. You said because Some different angles, man. All right. You mean post production? Not after the whole series is done. At least they saw at least one or two installments. Is that okay?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. 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 We
Um.
keep it real, man. We ain't talking about
Okay. Well, one of them is the actual post producer,
Okay.
right? Wendell McKillop. He was actually at the screening. He does the mastering edits.
Okay.
And when you see it released on Globe House TV, it's the master edits.
Okay.
Of course, I gotta say, damn, it's a list. Yeah, look, I'm definitely gonna say the whole hip hop commission, right?
Okay.
Especially what's his name? Triborough, Rich, AP of Ultra Mag, and Dame of Back to the Lab, because after they saw part one, the energy I get from congregating with them, you see it on part two. You get what I'm saying? You see it on part two. Because anytime somebody's creating something, you're channeling the current energy. And you know, I listen to certain music when I do these projects. Like, you know, part one, I listen to a lot of old Naughty by Nature on part one. A lot of old Naughty, a lot of old Red. Part two, Purple Tape energy. But back to your question, actually, I gotta add you to that list too. I can't even front, because after that last interview, you know, I channel that energy in Birth Guards too. That's even more reason why I gotta surprise you with that. So, and I definitely gotta say, Dave Finwell of Globe House TV.
Okay.
And I definitely Mount Williams of Tech Organic, who's responsible for the VR experience. So I definitely have to, you know, pretty much put them on that list as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You mentioned.
And Chris Robbins. Chris, wherever you at, I just texted you yesterday. Chris Robbins was the former president, former vice president of Hot 97 and WBLS. And Chris used to give me a lot of advice during the time of between me creating part 2 and 3.
So that's very impactful, bro. The game is very impactful, bro. The game has no price tag on it because it's priceless. Like, if somebody can help you figure things out, you can't put a price tag on that. You mentioned, and maybe my old ears are weak, but you mentioned ultramagnetic MCs. Ultramag, is that what I heard?
Nah. Ultramag. AP Ultramag. Yeah, what's up? What's up, AP? And he's in the chat. He's in the chat?
Yeah.
Wow. Coincidence. I can't see the chat, so you know.
Who is it that y'all mentioned? AP?
AP Ultramag, right? So Ultramag has I used to follow Ultramag's page before I met him in person, right? And he has, like, listen, if you're from my era, especially our childhood and our era that we grew up in, and you know, and stages that we grew up in, he knows how to he masters the art of mashup videos. And you know, some of the videos I can remember by heart, you get what I'm saying? And he used the original samples of the artist, and it's mixed with a message. I mean, they take me back, man, to the 80s, to the 70s. You know, like, you might see something with your favorite show from back in the 80s mixed with MF Doom or something like that with a message. Like,
Oh,
I
wow.
can't explain it off top, but I'm not gonna lie, that page, you know, had me scrolling for at least an hour sometimes on his page back, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, back then. And you know, he has a real unique creativity to the point I see people biting his style. And um I started making like little clips, little tribute clips. And if you know AP and you know Baxter Lab, the style, like I made one for the ladies. I made a lot of tribute videos on the page. I actually I would repost them in the midst of this rollout. But the style was influenced by Ultra Mag and Back to the Lab.
Salute
Yep.
Ultra Mag and Back to the
Back to
Lab.
the Lab, yeah. The
Salute.
style was influenced by both of them. Both of them deal with history in a different way. You get what I'm saying? Like Back to the Lab is a hip hop time source that just happened to have an Instagram page and a podcast and host radio shows. You know, Ultra Mag has a podcast with Chuck D.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, the whole Ultra Mag movement is very dope, creative, and so you definitely some of the creative energy from part 2 move forward was influenced by that, because they're two of the first people that I showed the documentary to outside of Hackensack Brewery. Shout out to Mike Jones, owner of Hackensack Brewery, home of the legends.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Hey, so so salute to AP and
AP
other.
Ultra Mag, yep.
Yep. After this, sometime this week, I'm gonna get the math from Ray so that we can bring some awareness and share y'all stuff when we go live, so that we can kind of help grow these entities that need more eyeballs on it. And I don't want nothing in return. Like, I don't need nothing. I have a good life, right? Got a good, like, great job, great wife, everything. I don't need nothing, bro. Only thing I want to do, and Ray and Triborough tell y'all this, man. I don't want nothing in return. Like, I'm not trying to ride nobody coattails or nothing. But what I do want, though, if somebody is adding something positive to the culture, my flowers come from helping somebody else spread their wings and fly. So if I can help somebody else, you know what I'm saying, do something, then that's what I'm here for, man. So salute to y'all brothers and the hard work that y'all put in, man. If there's anything I can do to kind of help grow the movement, y'all let me know. And if y'all hit up Ray, and Ray is free, he can share my info and stuff with y'all if y'all ever need anything from me. I already have a platform that I'm in love with. It's called Echo and Essence, right? And I'll cheat on Echo and Essence every now and then with the That Ain't Rap podcast. Right. So I already have my hands full with stuff. Right. Hey, so Tribe, before we wrap, I want to ask a couple of things.
Yeah.
Right. I want to ask you a couple of things. So one of the things that I want to ask you about is the experience after everything, like the after party, so to speak, like when things are maybe officially over and y'all just got to hang out and parlay. Yeah. What was that like, just hanging out?
Well, it was cold. It was cold that day, but like, you know, my ears on my hands was freezing, but I was like, I have fun. I have fun just chopping it up with everybody, and there was so many different conversations going on about hip hop, and you know, things were being recorded, and even like the white kid that was there, like he was like pushing the basket full of like free, or they were giving out like free water bottles. So yeah. he partook in like one of the conversations we had, that he was like, yo, like his favorite group was Organized Confusion. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even like the staff members, they knew, like, it's like they just knew what they were talking about. You know what I'm saying? And like, we had great conversations about, you know, different topics, and just the camaraderie was great. That's like a true brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I said, it was one of the best moments of my life, and just being out there and taking in the whole vibes was just great. Seeing the documentaries was great, and seeing the whole temple, and it was great, man. Like I would definitely do it again.
Right. Ray, one of the things I wanted to touch on really quickly, if you have a few moments, is the VR
Mhm.
experience, and how the VR experience is not only future forward, but it's also a tool to engage this newer audience of hip hop that we may not have been able to reach just with records, right?
Mhm.
How impactful do you think that part is going to be going forward? And are there any special features in the VR experience that would entice someone right now to go ahead and get engaged so that they can get that VR experience?
Yeah, you know what? I was saying this before last Saturday at the screening. This whole so one thing about this docu-series is going to give you a new experience. So this docu-series also um, reaches along the lines of content meets tech, right?
Right.
Let's say right now, I'm gonna give you this for the VR experience. Now, May 1st, also there's a new VR room, right?
Right.
We're gonna have live screenings and of course just regular VR screenings, right?
Okay.
The difference is the live screenings would be the live event where it's a live event, a live VR event, and then the regular VR screening, if you just want to just watch through VR or whatever, you'll have that option, right? So one of the dope experiences of that is you'll be able to purchase like merch and everything on there. You actually be able to purchase two types of merch, meaning a merch for, like, let's say for instance, you go in there and you create your avatar. But guess what? You have the option to buy you got a merch for your avatar. You also
That's fire.
Yeah.
right. You also
that's fire.
you also have the option. I got a little sample actually. You also have the option to buy real merch from the VR world, from the VR room. You'll be able to buy merch from there. So you see logo, boom, and also certain companies involved, right? Certain companies involved. You'll be able to buy something from them by the click and have it delivered, whatever, right? So that's one. And the extended version, which won't be released until the fall. So I'm just gonna, I'll give you that. I know y'all want some exclusive. I'm gonna give you that. The fall, and reason why it's the fall because we're not doing it until after the Tubi release. That's not until the fall. So after the Tubi release, it'll be the extended version. So each installment has an extended version. So if you saw all 4 installments, you still didn't see the 4. Well, actually, all 5 installments. No one has saw 5 installments, but the 5th one is being finalized now.
Right.
But if you saw all of them, you still have to go back and watch it again because it's an extended version of each installment.
Right.
So and I'm gonna leave you with this. It's interactive.
Right.
Did you hear what I said? It's interactive.
Right.
You know what I mean by that, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
No, like.
So you can interact with others that are there at the same time.
No. The experience is interactive. The experience. So say for instance, all right, here's the thing. While you're watching it, right? The bonus footage, you have the option to see some bonus footage amongst other options. I'll leave the other options, you have the option to see it in the middle of the in the middle of the joint, opposed to waiting to the end. And then just let me just fast forward and see the extra. Now you have the option to see the middle. Why? Because it'll pop up the bonus footage will pop up, right? And you have options, yes or no.
Right.
That's dope.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's what's up.
Yeah. And of course, thanks to my guy Nick, physical DVD copies, straight up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's in the chat too. Shout out to him.
Hey,
Nick
shout out
in the
to
chat.
Nick. Nick is in the chat.
Yeah, he's in the chat. Yeah.
Salute to Nick, man. Salute to Nick. Hey, Nick, man. I'm still sick, Nick. I'm still sick from that stove got cooked. Swiss non-drop.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Right. Hey, so thank you to everyone that is watching and everybody that will watch. Remember, whether you watch this live or if you are a part of the replay gang, thank you. Right. Thank you for coming through, hanging out with us, giving us a part of your time. Be sure to look out May 1st on Globe House TV. You Gotta Respect the Legends, hip hop docu-series by Ray Lansky and others, because there's a big team behind this. You're definitely. Go ahead, Ray. You have something.
I want to say one thing. We haven't finalized the date yet. We're going to finalize it Monday, but there is a release party, a VR release party.
Okay.
Yes, a VR release party coming forth. Yeah.
All right.
So also a VR release party.
Yep.
Thank you to everyone watching. For all the contributors. If I didn't shout you out, I'll give you your flowers during the conversation. It's a conversation. So I wanted to say respect and shout out to, but also at the same time, didn't want to interrupt the flow of the conversation. So if I didn't shout you out, it's not because you didn't deserve to be shouted out. You did deserve to be shouted out, right? Also, just to reiterate, the That Ain't Rap podcast, Wednesdays at 8:30. Also, Triborough and myself are working on a special project for people that love hip hop. It's just a conversation. But if you've never seen two grown men fight over something they're passionate about, get your popcorn ready, because Triborough and I have a special project that we're working on. Also, want to say to Ray, thank you, brother, for all the energy that you put in to this project, and in a respectful way, want to say, now that you put this thing out here, it is no longer yours, brother. This is ours, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. So
absolutely.
We're going to embrace this thing because it belongs to the culture. If this is your first time here, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. Giving my flowers to Ray, giving my flowers to Triborough. Also want to shout out, there are some others that we've been rocking with here over the last few months. Want to shout out the brother from Detroit, Rockabash, who is somewhere doing dope content. Want to shout out Reg. Reg, I see you, what you said about my guys, bro. That's a private conversation. You said about my guys, that's a private conversation, right? But salute everybody watching. Thank y'all for coming through. Again, at some point, we're going to put together a hub of all the information for You Gotta Respect the Legends, the docu-series, the merch, Ultra Mag, Triborough, That Ain't Rap podcast. I'm gonna put together a place where if you're a frequent viewer of this, you can click on the links for those and go directly to that, so that you can show love and patronage at those places. Fellas, great job as usual.
Thanks.
And on that note, we are out of here, y'all.
Peace.
Be peaceful, everybody.
We're diving in where the world collides. Culture's calling, it's a crazy ride. Music's pumping, food's on the plate. We're vibing here, let's celebrate. Echo and essence, we keep it real. Talking about the way we feel. Essence, essence. From the beat